All right, what's going on, everybody? So today we're gonna go over the RSX fuel kit that we have here. Now, this kit it is 100% capable to run E85. The lines are all PTFE, so you can run pretty much any fuel, if I would say that correctly. So, but I know everybody's gonna run just E85. So today I'm gonna go over the new updated updated kit that I have here for you guys, and I want to show you a full installation, and we're gonna go over it. Some of the things that you need to do in order to get this to work 100% properly. And please, 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 if you are gonna be ordering a kit, watch the video. It will literally cover all the questions that you may have. This is for anybody trying to upgrade their fuel system and trying to make a lot of power. So we made pretty much about 684 on this, and the only reason we were able to go more was because our fuel pump was actually maxed out. So that is it. So it is capable probably making about, I would say, a solid 850 because it's a -8 and a -6 return. Hopefully later on we can offer probably a -10 feed, and it'll be still a -6 return. You want a little bit of that restriction to go back into the tank, but you want to be able to have that flow. But it is overkill for anybody that is not going to be making. I mean, if you're going to be making over 850, I would suggest to go with a -10. If you're going to be making anything under 850, I would suggest to stay with our kits. Now that can anything under 850, I would highly suggest to go what we have here. And the only thing that will pretty much hold you back, it will be to go for a -10 line. So anyways, we're gonna go over this. I'm gonna go show you guys how everything's gonna be routed, and all the lines are gonna come assemble, and you don't have to try to assemble lines together yourself. It is a pain in the ass, but everything comes already pre-done for you. You don't gotta try to make lines. It is complicated, and trust me, if you've never done it, you're gonna love this kit because it's gonna save you a shitload of time of cutting, measuring, getting underneath the car. Everything is already done for you guys. So we're gonna go over the kit here, how it's gonna be routed, and then we're gonna go ahead and show you how to pretty much mount everything. I'm not gonna do it in the car, but I'm pretty much gonna go over here in detail, and it's gonna be enough. I have a lot of pictures from the kit, and it's gonna pretty much show you. We have one here fully detailed for the 8th and 9th gen Civic. It's pretty much the same concept for the RSX. One of the things that we changed from the previous kit to now, and it's pretty much the only thing that I changed, was that instead of having the flex fuel on the feed, I put it on the return, and that's going to be the same thing here as for the HN. You can see here, we have the flex fuel sensor, which will be right there, number 8, and you can see here, flex fuel sensor number 8, and that's going to be on the return, and before we had it on the feed. So you can see here my amazing drawing. It's not like this one, but hopefully we'll get it just like this. That way when you get it, you know, you can look at the picture and get it all figured out. So very simple. It's going to be one line coming from the tank, okay, and I'll show you that in a second, and that will go to your fuel filter. Now, the fuel filter that I recommend, it is amazing. Please go with that. Yes, you can go with a different brand. It just has to be at 8 a.m. orb and an 8 a.m. orb on this side. That is it. But I have the part number there on the website. You can order that one. You can order a different one. It just has to be a -8 AN, like an orb, and a -AN on the other side. And this is what I mean, like one side here and the other side. That'll be for the fuel filter. So very simple. One line from the tank, boom, comes this way, other side, and this will go right into your fuel rail. Now for the fuel rail, we have different options, and that is just choose the one you have. That is it. That's simple. And then I'll give you the right fittings that will be going to your fuel rail. Okay, that's simple. Okay, so goes to your fuel rail. It'll come with the fittings. It'll have more details about that here in a second. Okay, so boom, and it goes to the other side. It goes over here, and that will go to your regulator. Okay, but the regulator, okay, there's hundreds on the market, okay, and there's hundreds that will give you issues. The one we recommend, it is highly outsourced by all the drag racers. And you'll be like, oh, but I'm not doing drag racing. And trust me, those people are running it because they, they trust that product. And that is going to be what we recommend. That's why I have ran all my cars, and it's amazing. It's going to be the last regulator you're going to need. Yes, you can go with another brand. There's no problem. But like I said, you're going to need, and this is going to be the same thing when I say about the fuel rail. It's going to be, you're going to have to source your own fittings if you have a different regulator. Actually, let me look for it because I have it around here. And that's how you guys have a better picture of what I'm talking about. But you can see here, the regulator. I think if it'll focus. Actually, let me see if I can find it. If not, I'm gonna have to explain to you guys here, which is very simple. But let me see. So you can see here. Come on, focus. Oh, there we go. So you can see there the regulator, very simple piece, and it is gonna be a the one that we offer. It is a 10 a.m. orb. And then we drop it to a from 10 a.m. to 8. So you can see here how it comes. It's going to be the same thing right there. Okay, number 11. Okay, boom, it comes there. Okay, and then the bottom is going to be for your drain. So you can see here. So the one that we have is a 10 a.m. cap that we put here, and a 10 a.m. To a 8 a.m. because all our lines are 8 and our return is a 6. So very simple. So. And then it goes down, and then the bottom is a 8 a.m. orb to a 6. So we drop it down, and that's going to come right here. Jesus, this thing does not want to focus. And it comes back down onto your flex fuel sensor. So you can see here how that looks. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, guys. This thing don't want to focus. So flex fuel sensor, and then boom, and it goes right back into your tank. All the fuel that we don't need is going to bleed back onto the tank. So super simple. I'm going to get the regulator to show you exactly what I'm talking about, so I don't have to confuse you guys. But even though the picture there is pretty much what I'm going to show you. And then we're going to go over this right here. And I'm also going to go over the wiring. I'm not going to go completely over the wiring, but if you're going to do the flex fuel, one thing I did forgot to mention is, and that's going to be right here, which is for the flex fuel sensor. If you do not want to run the flex fuel sensor, the kit is going to come with a male to male fitting, which you can connect both of those lines. Okay. And what that's going to do is going to eliminate the flex fuel sensor. So let's say you don't want to run it. Let's say you're just going to run 93 all the time, whatever, right? Or you're going to run just 85. You just don't buy the flex fuel sensor, and you just connect the male to male fitting, and they'll make it pretty much a straight line. And the reason I say that, I don't want to make a bunch of different lines just for the flex fuel and non-flex fuel. So I'd rather just keep it and give you a fitting. It just makes things easier. So later on, if you do want to run flex fuel, you can just easily take the sensor off and put the fitting, and put the flex fuel sensor on there if you would like to. All right, so let me go find that, and then we come back to finish that off for the regulator. Actually, here on my car, and you can see here how the regulator is actually going to be sitting, and very simple. And now that you see it here, actually, this is what I was going to do, and I totally forgot. So it will come with the bracket here, little L bracket, and there's already an existing hole there. And I will supply it with the 2 bolts and nuts, and not the bolts here, because some people may run different regulators. So you can see here, this is where people normally mount it, but I think it's terrible, because that makes you want to relocate the fuse box, and I know not everybody wants to relocate it. I like it, and I also don't like it. I like it on the stock location. It just makes things simple. So you can see here how it actually works. So like I said, we have the cap here. Let me see if I can take it off. So you can see here, and this has an O-ring here. Okay, very simple. You gotta make sure you have the O-ring. Okay, and then the other side, you can see here, that's where the line goes. So that line goes there, like I was telling you, and then goes to the fuel rail. Bam, just like that. And the one from the tank, from the fuel filter, will come over here. And then the last one, you can see here, see if I can get this for you guys. Bam, you'll connect it right there, and that's gonna go back to your flex fuel sensor, or the male to male fitting, like I was saying, in order to connect it and go back into your tank so it can bleed. So actually don't even have to take it off, so you guys can see it here. And this is the Weldon regulator. Please cannot stress this enough. The part number that I have there is for the regulator. That's this one. They have different ones, and that's for different type of fuel that you want to run. So I'm just gonna say this once: buy the one that matches the part number that we have on the website. I'm not responsible if you buy something else and then you're gonna come after me. I'm telling you what works for us, what has been no issues. Like I said, other people run different brands, like I said, and it's still the same concept. As you can see here, you had the one coming from the fuel rail, okay, cap the back side, and then here back to the tank. You can see here, and not saying that one probably won't reach there, but I don't like it. You can see here, it's perfect. You wouldn't even be able to know that you have the regulator there. You can still see the gauge there. Okay, it does not come with a gauge, by the way. You have to get your own gauge. That's just how they sell it. But pretty simple. And then here we have pretty much the backing line. Yes, you need to run that to one of the ports on your manifold. More details with that with your tuner, I will tell you that, or whoever's building your car. But yes, you need to have a vacuum source in order to that, because as pressure goes up, as boost goes up, you want the fuel pressure to go up with it. Okay, so, and then, you know, the most goes up, the gauge, you actually see it will start rising. So pretty cool, and I do suggest to put a gauge on it. Has saved me a bunch of times from checking if my fuel was actually good or bad. So that's gonna be about it for that. You can see how simple it's done. It will come with a bracket like you see there. Don't put the bolt sticking this way, because your headlight will not work. It will hit your headlight. So make sure the bolts are sticking the other way, because I don't want to say it doesn't fit. I'm like, did you do it how we have it? Okay, so sorry to sound like that, but I get a lot of questions all the time, like ridiculous amount. So I think that's it. I know the only thing that I mounted a flex fuel underneath here, and I don't want to take it off. Oh, one thing we need to cover is about that one that's on the tank, to show you what you need to do there. And that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna show you. This is just a car that I have here for mock-up. I don't want to take this thing apart. The paper pretty much show you. I had another video on the previous. Like I said, the only thing that I changed was the flex fuel. I put it on the return instead of the feed, and now we made a little bracket for this, so it's a little bit better there for you guys. So yeah, I'll go inside and show you what you need to do in order to do that, and then that should be able to cover everything for you guys. Now you guys saw that outside. We're gonna go ahead and show you this piece, and so you can see here, now you guys saw that one line that was there. Boom, regulator, back to the flex fuel sensor. If you're not gonna run the flex fuel sensor, it will come with the fitting that you can just connect both of them. Okay, the last piece. Okay, and this is very important, because man, talk about the RSX, EP3, and the EM2. We share the same crappy ass fuel system that's created by Honda or Acura, same shit. It's terrible. It is. Oh my God, I would say one of the worst. And it took a long time trying to figure out what works best and how to make this better. And this is one of the things that I also changed from the previous kit, because before, this will be your feed and this will be your return. So what we've done now is this is going to be your feed and this is going to be your return. Okay, I will have more pictures there on the website, what exactly I'm talking about, as in, like, you need to cut all of this. And I say that because there's like a huge filter in here, and it is not good for anything, I'll tell you now, because you have changed everything. Remember, now we're running a filter here, so you don't need nothing to do with this. You running a filter on your pump. There's really no need for any of this. So I have some pictures there that you need to cut all of this. And then you also need to drill the hole. I cannot stress this enough, because a buddy of mine, he thought he was good with it, and he drilled the hole too small, and he had to buy a new one. So, I mean, there's really no other way to explain it, but you're going to have to drill the hole here. You can see here. Take your time, and then there's 2 pieces, okay? And the other nut that I'm going to be supplying you guys is going to be actually a little bit smaller than that one. And you can see here, there's 2 little nylon pieces. And yes, one goes on top and one goes on the bottom. So one go like this. Okay, mind this, okay? And that will prevent fuel from coming out. And the other one is going to go right there, okay? Like I said, I'm going to be supplying you guys a smaller little nut. and that's gonna make things a little bit easier. That way you guys can get it to fit there, so you can see it there. But all of this needs to get pretty much cut out. That way you can get the return to not bleed through this crap in here, because the R6 is terrible. Now I would say you can leave it. It's not gonna hurt anything, but I don't suggest. You're gonna see it when you cut this out. It's like a massive filter in there. Clean all that stuff out. You don't need it. Brake clean it. And yeah, that's gonna be your return. It's gonna be going onto here. Okay, so very simple. You can see here, boom, and that's gonna go right onto here. The feed, boop boop, it's gonna go this one. Okay, and yeah, I mean, it's nothing much to it. This same kind of concept that is right here for the HN. It's just we put the filter on the R6 over here instead of over here. So you can see here, comes around, and then the filter will be right here, and then the fuel, bam, the 180 goes to right there where your regulator is, bleeds down, and then we have the flex fuel sensor right here instead of right here. You can run it with flex fuel sensor or without it, bam, and then it goes right back onto your tank. Okay, and this fittings are, I mean, they're like dummy proof. I'm gonna try to do this one hand. You can see here. So, and then same thing concept for Jesus. I'm gonna try to do this one hand. Don't mind me. Hopefully I don't have to put the camera down. No, I'm gonna have to. Crap. I thought I had it. Do I have it? Yes. Okay. Bam. And it's gonna be the same thing for your flex fuel. Okay. Bam. What you do is put it on just like that. Okay. And then it's double O-ring. Okay. You can see there. So you don't have to worry about this thing leaking unless you didn't tighten it. So all you do is push it in. Okay. And you put this thing in here like this. Mind this, I'm doing this one hand. Okay. Sorry. Okay. And then all you do is thread it on. Look at that. If I'm doing this one hand, y'all better be able to do this. Look at that. Okay, and then you tighten that. And it's gonna be the same concept right here for your flex fuel sensor. You can see it there. Focus. There you go. You see? Look at that. Same concept. Okay. All right. So I think that's gonna be it. I do have a video for the wiring. I'm not gonna go over that because it's literally a separate video and it's super simple. It's like a 2-3 minute video. It is a lot easier than you think to run flex fuel on these cars. Way easier. I used to overthink it, and it's not that hard. Watch the video if you're interested in actually running E85 and 93. Like I said, it is way easier than you think. I absolutely promise you that. Don't overthink it. And I think we also have a part number for the flex fuel sensor, so you can get that. They're everywhere. You can find them everywhere online. So that's gonna be it. I think I cover everything. I know I don't have all the stuff here. Everything will come label, as in like, you know, tank to fuel filter to fuel rail, you know, the regulator, and then back from your regulator to your flex fuel sensor. Again, if you're not gonna run the flex fuel sensor, you can run that straight fitting. It will come with it, and then back from your flex fuel sensor to your tank. I cannot make that any easier, like at all. Hopefully that clears things up for you guys and doesn't make it so overcomplicated. And hopefully you're ready to order your kit. Again, all the lines are going to come pre-assembled. You don't have to cut it yourself and try to put any of this together. It is all ready to go. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll have a better video with everything here, but it's ready to go.